I thought I'd come online and talk about some of the issues that have been bothering me recently. And I thought I'd come online and talk about all things autism, anxiety, emotional shutdowns, emotional overload, sensory sensitivity, and autistic burnout. And it's a topic that has been on my heart for a while. And I thought I'd do all three topics within one live stream so you kind of get to know everything that you need to know of the symptoms to look for and things that have been bothering me somewhat. And, it hasn't been easy recently. You guys have seen my behaviour be erratic, and you've seen me go through overstimulation, you've seen me go through shutdowns, you've seen me go through overstimulation with anxiety and depressive moments, and you've seen me go through general autistic shutdown. And I just want to kind of explain it more in depth and what it's like to go through it constantly at the moment, and going through my body, which feels like I'm going under attack and things like that. And I want to just come on here and show you guys what it's like. My anxiety is skyrocketing. I have a lot of my fidget toys here with me right now. Hey, Gills, brother, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hey, P. Hafner. Hey, Dougie. Hey, Jan. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm just going to open my laptop right now. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you guys can come up if you want to come and help me talk about this stuff, and I can kind of just go back and forwards with you. But there's the link in the chat if you want to come up. Yes, I thought I'd come up and talk about this stuff and kind of make you aware of my behaviour recently. I know a lot of people have been worried about me, and I apologise for it because it's been a case of not being able to cope and not being able to self-contain and self-cope and have a lot of emotional shutdowns and stress. And it's a case of I've had to learn my strategies all over again and learn to calm down and let me get to a place where I'm physically calm and mentally calm. Okay, Eileen, no worries. I appreciate you for being here. And it's very difficult for me right now because I am going through a mix of emotions and stress and panic, and I kind of feel like the world has been a bit against me, and I kind of feel like I'm struggling with not just the physical effects of what it's doing to me, but the mental effects up here. And like you said, I've been pulling bits of my hair out. I've been stressing about stuff that probably doesn't need to be stressed about, but at the same time, this needs to be out there. This needs to be talked about. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Good to see you. And I want you to come on here and let it be known that I've been struggling, and let it be known that I'm going to get myself better. I am having people help me behind the scenes with this stuff. And Gail, if you want to hop on the panel, please, brother, I would really appreciate it. And Eileen, I know you're planning to. I have put the link in the chat, and I just want to have this as an open discussion. There's going to be no getting upset or anything. It's just a general thing of me explaining myself and kind of explaining that my behaviour has been erratic. I am sorry for worrying anybody and stressing everybody out. And I haven't been going through a good thing recently. I am on my meds, like I say. Like, I am on painkillers for my stomach, so I am medicated right now. So you guys can see I am actually on some kind of painkillers. I am getting medicated. I am being supported by doctors, but at the moment it's just a case of self-coping and self-soothing, whether that's through stimming or whether that's through me doing things like live streaming to so it's just a case of knowing how to self-cope and kind of getting myself through that situation. And I have a lot of sensory jewelry with me as well, so again, it's things like this that will help me calm down. I have been writing a lot more poetry. Thank you, Dave, I appreciate that. And it's a case of feeling down and useless and rubbish, and it's a case of feeling really crappy. And I'm not going to get upset again because yesterday I did what I did, and I felt like I had no room to breathe, and I was kind of panicking and stressing, and yeah, it wasn't my best hour yesterday. I must admit, I was severely in a state. I was anxious as hell. There's been situations online that have been stressing me out, and there's situations that I haven't coped with so well. And Eileen is joining us. Yeah, it wasn't my best hour yesterday. I must admit, I was severely in a state. I was anxious as hell. Eileen, you need to mute the stream, hun. It have been stressing me out. And
come on.
Hey, Eileen.
Hi, Gemma. How are you, sweetie?
Yeah, I thought I'd come online and talk about this because a lot of people have kind of seen that I've had a bit of a crappy time of it recently, so I want to come online and kind of explain it and put a lid on it, I guess, and kind of just be like, I am better, I'm getting there, I have had my wobbles, yes, I have, and I have had wobbles to the point where I've considered self-harming myself. I'm ashamed to admit that. Yes, I have. I've had
Don't be ashamed, Gemma. We
issues
all
with wanting to stop the pain, and whether that's a stupid idea in my head or whether that's something I've been wanting to do. It's just something that I've been going through myself and not really speaking on because I know it scares a lot of people. So that's kind of why I've backed off a lot of stuff, because I don't want people to hear that. I've had to go away and cope with that and de-stress, and that's why I've kind of cut back my videos and stuff like that, because I've been needing to self-regulate and self-soothe myself so I don't get into a state of going, oh, panic, not coping, panic, 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 no. And that's why I want to come online and kind of talk about this and kind of make people aware that it's okay to get like this. It's okay once in a while to not a good time and talk about it, because this needs to help somebody. Like if I help one other person, whether that's a neurotypical person or a autistic person or a person with depression, so be it, because then they can look back and go, oh, well, this is why Gemma struggled. This is what she's going through. This is what I go through every day. I can then sit here and go, oh, I made one little difference to someone's life.
That's why I love when you do these chats, Gemma, because this is the real Gemma, and this is what people need to see with your autism. Don't
Yeah,
try to hide to make anybody happy. Be you. Let them see what you go through.
yeah, which is why
Because
I'm doing
your friends are
it.
going
Yeah.
to love you no matter what.
People don't really understand that the anxieties that I go through, like even planning to do a live stream is stress, because I have to plan what I'm going to talk about, what the topic's going to be to make sure it doesn't trigger people. I have to make sure that I'm wearing something that I'm comfortable with wearing because my skin gets irritated. And people think, oh, it's not that bad. You plan a live stream, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, it is, because it's the mental preparation. It's the
Yeah.
preparation of writing my notes. It's planning what time to go live. And most of the time, I kind of just hit the go live button. I don't even think about it. I'm like, I'm fed up. I'm bored. I've got nothing else to do. I've done all my chores. I'm going to go live. So I just go bingo. And then I see who joins in. And then I'm like, you know what? I feel like a panel. Let's go. And I just hit the panel button. I'm like, woohoo.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand anything about a lot of mental illnesses. They judge by what they see instead of educating themselves about it. If people, this is why I love doing the interviews and why I love my channel, because knowledge is power, and the only way you're going to get knowledge is by learning. I
Yeah,
have a son that is autistic and a granddaughter that's autistic. So I know a lot of what you go through. And just to see you in tears the other day, I wanted just to reach out through the screen if I could and hug you, because I seen, that affect even my granddaughter when somebody said something about her.
yeah,
People don't realize the emotions in everything in someone autistic is not like someone that's not autistic.
yeah,
Everything with somebody with autistic is amplified.
yeah,
And people don't understand that. And it's like, guys, don't judge by what you see. Get to know the person. And that's why when you were in the chat yesterday, I was trying to let you know, Gemma, don't, don't put on a fake facade to make people happy, because the only one you're going to be miserable, and it's
Yeah,
going to cause more problems for you.
this is why I want to come on and to talk about it again, because a lot of people don't understand why I cried yesterday, and I want to explain that in a bit more detail. I cried yesterday because I was under so much stress. I was under so much sensory input. When people are mean to my friends, and they're more than just friends, this is what people don't get. You guys are your family. You're not just subscribers. You're not
Hmm.
just friends. We're all family. We're all connected by one thing. And to see one of my other friends being bullied, that killed me. And I've been through it myself. I've been bullied. I've come out the other side. There's people like him who don't. And there's not my friend Matthew. He killed himself because of it. He wanted it to stop. The only way he felt it would stop was to kill himself.
I
And the
hear you.
thing is, it doesn't end there. It doesn't have to end there. It can end before that. And if I can reach out and show you what bullying does to people, so be it. It needs to stop now. It needs to stop not just with autistic people, but people with mental health issues, people with learning disabilities. Because let me tell you right now, this is a fact. People with learning disabilities, autism, mental health are 60%. Let me clarify, 60% worldwide, not just where I am right now. We are the most vulnerable group to get bullied
Exactly.
online. That's a fact. And I've
That's
seen
what.
people do stuff like this, and it breaks my heart. This has to happen again.
Yeah, I understand. It's because a lot of people don't know how to see with their heart. They see with their eyes, and that's what they go and judge by anybody. I'm like you. I'm not mentally disabled, but being born with bad eyesight, I had learning disabilities. I was on the other side of the spectrum. I have disabled kids that are mentally challenged. And I've seen them go through it with just their cousin. And, and it's wrong. I've actually had my boy's cousin actually say to me, if you knew your kid had a chance to come out mentally disabled like this, why did you keep on having kids? And I felt like smacking her. But because it was their house, I had to bite my tongue and bear with it, because in my eyes, somebody saying something like that, it's just like saying, well, unless they're, like you said yesterday, in society's eyes, 100% perfect, they don't have a right to live. Who
No,
on this world is perfect? None of us are perfect in anything.
no, exactly. Like I cried yesterday because I was stressed, and the fact that people don't understand. For me, yes, I can act so normal, and I can act like I'm not autistic 80% of the time. But again, you don't see the stuff that happens when I'm offline, when I'm off my computer, and I sit here and I'm crying to myself, I'm screaming, I'm self regulating, I'm angry because there's no one here to listen to me. And I have to cope with that. I have to sit here and go, what the hell did I just put up with? What the hell did I just watch that for? Knowing that potentially it was going to trigger me or worse. But
Hmm.
I want to help people. Like, for instance, the other day I was in a live stream. There was two people on a live stream I watched that were triggering me, and I was like, Gemma, why the hell did I put myself through that? But at the same time, I want to support the live stream host with her stream because she was getting trolled. And because I was a mod for her, I sat there and modded. And I did as I usually do. I kept quiet. I was going through the chat, all the things that I do. And all of a sudden, I was like, nope, can't. And I left, thinking no reason. I just left. And that was a bad move. I shouldn't have done that. But when someone
No,
talks about
sometimes you
causing
know what
self
you
harm,
can
I
handle.
can't.
You know what you can handle and what you can't. Just like any other type of disorder, if you know it's going to trigger something, you did the right thing. You did it as long as you could, and you knew it was going to make it worse for you, so you got out. You
Yeah.
did the right thing. There was nothing wrong in that, Gemma. And
No, a lot
people
of people will
need
tell me
to see
otherwise.
more of this.
Yeah, a lot of
I,
people will say that, oh, you shouldn't have left, you should stuck it out. No, I couldn't. There was no
they
way that I could have stayed there and put myself through that stress any more than what I already had. And it upsets me that people have a go at me and go, well, you should have just got over it. You should have dealt with it. I lost my best friend to suicide, people. My best friend killed himself. I don't have to put up with that. I have
no, you
my
don't.
best friend. The last thing I said to my best friend before he died was, please don't do this to me. And I heard the last phone call. I heard him getting hit by the train. I heard everything. I heard
And
the
that's
train going.
horrible.
I heard the scratch of his phone. I heard his phone go. I've put up with stuff like that, and for people to say, oh, they're going to go and get a knife and cut themselves and they're going to go and self harm, I don't want to hear it. I don't, because I've had it with
It,
my best friend.
it's too hard. It's a trigger for you. And, people have to realize there's certain triggers for everybody. Just like when I did the interview with Gil Friday, he has certain triggers that go on that sets his anxiety. And people have to realize each person is different and they have their own triggers based on what they've gone through in their life.
Yeah.
So, I always tell people the best thing to do is if you can't walk a mile in that person's shoes, which nobody's going to be able to walk a mile in anybody's shoes because we're not living their life.
Yeah, and the thing
And
is,
they don't have no right to judge.
people expect me to be this happy go lucky lady who's smiling all the time, is happy all the time, and yes, to the most part I am. And I get that. I get the fact that people want to see me happy and smiling and joking and joining in. That's fine. I get that. But there's days recently where I can't feel that way. I can't sit there and go, woohoo, everything's brilliant, and it's not.
You know,
And Gil's
Gemma,
doing
the
this.
best way to be is the
Hello, Gil.
way you are right now.
And
Hey, Mr. Gill
it's
Skills.
people
Hey
don't
guys,
get
how
it.
are
Like
you?
I have had the last few days of stress. I've been on my meds. I'm trying to get myself equalised. I'm getting help and support from my doctor, but people don't see that. They see one side of me on here, and it's enough's enough. People, when will people realise that it's not an easy ride? It really, really isn't. And I have to bury a lot of my feelings, a lot, and I'm sick of
Gemma,
it.
don't bury your feelings. Don't try to be this happy-go-lucky person to please people. Be you, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Like I
I am,
said,
for the most part. I
Gil,
am. It just
myself,
annoys me.
Gemma, above
we
all,
love you for you. The good, the bad, as they say
absolutely.
jokingly, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We accept you for who you are, regardless of what happened in your past, what'll
Yeah.
happen in your future, and who you are as a human being. We love you for that, and that will never change. Um, I one thing I would definitely do is just reach out to your friends. Now I know that's kind of a that's kind of a it's a trigger statement, really, because
Yeah, I
there
get
are some
it.
friends that may not be immediately available. Like today, for example, I've been so busy at work. I know you
No, no,
wanted
no,
to
I get
talk
it, brother. I
with
know.
Samantha and me,
I
um,
know.
but it's just been crazy busy. But if you can't get a hold of me or anybody, you know what I mean, your first attempt, keep trying
Yeah,
other
yeah.
I'm
friends
here
I
until
to
you
get
get
it.
help.
I know
someone that
people
you can
are
talk
busy. That's
to.
the thing. It's just I need to do this stream because it's not just for me that this is going
Yeah.
to help someone. Like I know you have anxiety issues, brother, and we've talked about that on and off calls and stuff. And I'm annoyed that people don't get it. They assume they know everything about everything, and for people like me with autism, it's completely different. It's the fact that a lot of people assume that because I don't show my feelings on here for a certain reason, people think, oh well, Gemma doesn't care. She's all about the good sides of autism. It's all about positivity and da 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 da. Yes, for the most part, it is, but when I'm not feeling good and I'm feeling crappy and I've had a lot of stuff being thrown at me, this is what the bad side is. This is what overload is. This is what anxiety is. This is all that mixed into one big pot of doom. And I can't manage it anymore, not on my own. And yes, I'm medicated. So right now I'm fairly equal somewhat, but people don't see that. They only see the, oh, Gemma's happy and rainbows and roses and chocolate and woohoo, everything's groovy.
People
And
want to see
it's not.
more of this side of you, Gemma.
And this is the first time or second time I've done a stream being like this. And I want people to know it's a battle. I battle every freaking day to be on here. And there's been days where I've not wanted to be here. And that sounds as bad as it is.
There are a lot of people out there, Gemma, that have preconceived notions about people or don't read between the lines. Like Eileen said, they see with their eyes and they observe a certain thing, but they don't take into account what's going on in that person's life. They don't take into account what's happened during that person's day or that person's week or even the year. You know, and all of that should be considered with everyone, not just you, but everyone. But you know, it's how you are a stronger person for being able to bear the brunt of that and to be able to talk to people like this and explain how you feel about these sort of situations in a very respectful way. So I've got to give you major props for that.
I just want to help people.
For a while.
Yeah. It's a case of the last few days I've seen nothing but negativity online, and like every time I've logged onto YouTube, I just want to cry because there's so many streams that I've seen pop up, and I'm just like, where is the positivity gone? Where's the help and advice gone? Where is the streams that I love to go in and go, hey, how are you? And that's gone. There isn't. I don't want to sound Nancy, but
there are some streams out there that are still positive. You just have to look for them. If you know it's a negative stream, don't go in there. I've dumped a lot of streams, you know, networking because I don't want the negativity.
Yeah.
I don't go into any drama streams.
No, it's not necessarily drama streams I'm talking about, but it's kind of just streams that I thought would be positive, and then recently there seems to be a lot of big topics being talked about. Fair enough, they need to be brought out in the public eye and they need to be educated about, but recently there were some streams that were being brought up about disabilities and stuff, and I'm just like, you don't, unless you know what it's like to be disabled or have a don't speak on it. Don't sit here and speak about stuff that you don't know on, because you don't. And that's another thing that stressed me out, because as someone with multiple disabilities, that aggravates me, and I'm like, nah.
People in general need to be less presumptuous and more considerate.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really the core message that you're trying to convey here today, Gemma.
Yes. I'm glad someone did that, because I right now I do not know how to say it, and I'm trying to get myself in a way that is not going to trigger people or upset people, and I want people to know this is what autism can do to me. It can wear me down. It can physically make me feel sick. I've actually been sick 3 or 4 times yesterday. I was sick twice again this morning. I've been in and out of bed having naps because I feel absolutely tired. But I want to come in here and go, this is a bad day. This is not a day where Gemma's all woohoo and wanting to be jumping about happy and eating chocolate and talking about celebrity fashion or celebrity male figures or whatever. This is a day where Gemma feels absolute to a rock bottom. And this is a day where Gemma is wanting to rip heads off.
And you did the right thing. I mean, you're not there's a fine line between airing dirty laundry on YouTube and reaching out for help for friends. Friends. And I think that's what you're doing, while also displaying what autism is like: good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes.
You have 11 people in here that love you, Gemma, and you've got 2 people on this panel that truly, truly love you. And I just hope that knowing that will start the process to try to pull you back out of out of that anxiety and depression funk that you feel like you're in.
I just feel like recently everything's just gone bad, and like on YouTube there's I don't know, I just feel like there's this heavy message, like there's so many negativity out there. People are constantly attacking people, when the news media channels and stuff like that, you hear people being killed and people being chased down, and I'm just like, why is all this happening? Why isn't there nothing in between that going, let's come together, let's support each other, let's help each other build each other up, let's not sit here and feed into it. And we're all doing it. I know I do. I'm guilty of it. I hold my hands up to it. I do feed into negativity sometimes. I do feed into the news media if I don't like something that's said. Yes, I'll give my opinion, but there needs to be a positive what's the word I'm trying to say? Oh, Jesus. There needs to be a positive outlet of relaying that message, rather than going, oh, well, news sucks and this sucks and this sucks. It needs to be a way where we can all come together and go, you know what? Yes, this is a bad situation, but that's
Here's
a
how to
temporary
make it
bad
better.
situation. I want to make this better by going, let's talk about art, let's talk about music, let's talk about live streaming, let's talk about interviewing someone, let's try and get everyone together so that we can have a good session online, rather than feeling down in the dumps and upset. And I know people like you've had anxiety, and I'm like, let's help someone have a better day, whether that's an hour, 2 hours, a whole day. Let's make their day go, woohoo, yay, everything's gone great. And rather than sitting here going, you know what's wrong? How can I help you? Let's sort it. Let's sort the triggers. Let's try and move on from that trigger situation, rather than staying in that mood and going, how do I get myself out? And that's where I've been right now is, yes, I'm getting myself out, but at the same time, I feel like I can't get myself out because I'm constantly going back to feeling upset when I've done one step good forward. And all of a sudden something else triggers me, and I'm back again. And it's like, why? And that's what people don't get. They go, oh, well, you're doing it for attention. You're putting a fake front on. No, I'm not. I'm very much sitting here right now being completely honest.
The ones that say that is because they don't know anything about autism at all.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why I love doing these interviews, because they get answers to questions and they get more knowledge on it.
Yeah.
And, it's hard because I watched my granddaughter go through it. I watched my son go through it with people. But you're, like Gil said, you're a very strong, beautiful female, inside and out.
Oh, I
You
try
know,
this time, yeah.
and if people don't understand autism, it's not your fault.
Right.
No,
And
autism is
you
difficult.
know,
It sucks.
the best thing I can think of to help people is just by being you. Don't, try to make it look like everything's happy go lucky when you have your bad days and you need to express yourself. Whether you do a recorded live where there's nobody in the chat or a live like this, just let people know, hey, this is autism. This
Yeah.
is not what you think. Autism is not happy-go-lucky. We have
No.
our moments, but this is what I deal with on a daily basis.
It's like
This
I can
is
describe it's having a tank. This is the thing. Like I have a tank, and like hold on, yeah, and the tank I have it say that's my tank for the day, and something little can happen, so I jump a little bit, and then something else can happen, and I jump again, and then by the end of the day I have about this much space left to function. And once that space is getting crammed, I'm like, oh no, I'm not in the cope. Something bad's going to happen to me. So I want to read something bad, or I go onto a live stream, someone's upset, and boom, all of a sudden it's overload, it's shut down, it's
yeah,
emotions are on, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm crying, and I don't know what to do with it, because with autism, this is the problem. Emotions
yeah.
don't
I
get
watched my
explained to me. I
granddaughter
had to work
go
this
through
out.
it.
Emotions is something that I can't deal with, and my emotions all go into one feeling. Like I said to Gil on private phone calls, I can't label one single emotion. My emotions get into one big basket, and once that basket is full up with these emotions, I can't then separate them. I can't pull them apart and go, well, I'm sad right now, I'm feeling frustrated right now. I can't sit there and separate them. I have a big mismatch of things being thrown at my head, and it's like, right, okay, so what's happening now? How do I feel right now? I'm like, and when people ask me the silly question of, Gemma, how are you? I've done it with Gil on a private phone call many times, and Gil's like, so Gemma, today, how are you? And I'm sitting there going, huh? And Gil's like, Gemma, how are you? And I'm like, well, that means that depends on your context. That depends on what you mean by that question. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I have to sit and go, Gemma, it's a 3-worded question. What don't you get? And I'm like, nah, I freeze. I don't get it.
People don't realize people with autism, they have problems with relationships, doing friendships because of simple things like that. They have problems talking on the phone because they don't know what the causes. And this is why I love your panels, because when you're having your bad days, this is what autism is like. People with autism very rarely truly have a good day. And this is what people need to see with the autism, is what it's like on a daily basis. Not a pretension type one where, okay, because I want you to be my friend, I'm going to be happy. They need to see the real problem. What's there? Just like with Gil with his anxiety. There's times when he's come on, people have said things about him wearing sunglasses, but a lot of it's from his anxieties. They will cause migraines.
Mm.
And, so.
One thing that I'd like to, I'm sorry, go ahead, Eileen.
It's like Gil says, I give a lot to you for coming up and showing what true autism is like, because people do have a misconception of it.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say something about this too. I mean, a lot of people will sit there and say, someone with autism or someone with anxiety, or anyone for that matter that has any anxiety, are just attention seekers, and they're just doing it to gain attention. Well, in truth, that is the truth. But you need to revise your context on that. Gemma's trying to reach out to friends. Gemma's trying to reach out to us, to try to help her come out of that funk, to try to relieve that anxiety, to try to pull herself out of that depression. Yeah. So for someone to say that she's just seeking attention, yes, it's true, but not for the reason you think.
No, exactly.
She's reaching out for help.
Exactly.
I don't often sit here and cry. I don't. I'm not an emotional person unless I get pushed beyond my limit. And the problem is, people go, oh, well, Gemma, where's your emotion? You don't care. Like, you don't cry. You never seem bothered.
I'm sorry. I had to get that out of.
No, it's good. Like, cause it helps me with the next point I was going to say. People say I'm not bothered, that I don't care. Look, I'm crying. I haven't eaten all day. I've been on and off sleeping all day. I haven't moved from my bedroom. I have stayed in my bedroom all day. I've avoided TV for the pure purpose that I know it's negative news. I don't want to hear it, so therefore I haven't switched my TV on. I'm not planning to, because I don't want to see the news go, oh, well, someone's died today. There's been another stabbing. There's been another no. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear someone's been killed again because of a gun crime or a gang crime. No. I'm triggered enough as it is. So that's why I avoid triggers like that, because I know full well if I hear that and I see that, boom, I'm going to get worse than I already am. And that's why I chose not to do that. And I come in here and go, you know what? Help. I don't know what to do. I'm not coping. Right now, my leg is shaking. I'm trying to control it. I've got my head going boom, 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 boom at me. And not just that, I have a torn ligament in my shoulder, which has been killing me. I've got a trapped nerve in my stomach and my back, which I've been on meds for now for nearly 2 weeks. And people are like, oh, you don't show your pain. I'm in physical pain right now. I am in, if I have to limit it out of 10 right now, I say I'm at a 6. But I don't show it because I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and go, ow, 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 ow through my stream because it's pointless. It's not going to help anybody. I might as well just sit here and tell you the ins and outs of it and say, you know what, today is a bad day. This week's been bad. But at the same time, I've had to deal with a separate issue on top of this. My auntie passed away 4 weeks ago on Saturday. Her funeral was last Thursday, just gone. I chose not to go because of how unstable I've been. And I chose that as a practical precaution because I didn't want to affect my family. And I chose it as a good statement to do. I remembered her from seeing her 3 weeks at my mum's wedding where she was healthy, she was fit and talking and laughing and joking with me. That's what I want to remember her by. I don't want to remember her sleeping in bed with pain, passing away in her sleep. I'd rather know that she was peaceful and I can go, okay, I saw her, I have a picture with her. I don't want to sit here and cry about that. I don't want to sit here and go, oh, my auntie towards the end was suffering. I don't want to think about that. I'd rather just go, no. I'd rather forget it because it's easier for me to forget it than to sit here and go, yeah, I've lost another family relative. I've lost 6 family relatives in 8 years. I don't want to focus on that because I have other things to do.
There's nothing wrong with, thinking of the best things, the best qualities, the best times you've had with your Aunt Gemma. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perfectly normal. I'm like that with my late husband. I haven't. He's passed since 2012. And Gemma, I refuse to go to the cemetery to his grave.
I can't even go.
Don't want to have memory of his suffering, of the death. I want my memories to be the good things that we shared before he got.
But people don't get it. People like myself don't show emotions for the pure reason that we get made fun of. I don't show my emotion that much unless it's in a private call or I'm at home on my own. I don't come online and show my emotions because I'm scared of the backlash that I'll get. I'm scared that people will make fun of me. They did yesterday. I got 6 dislikes on my stream yesterday talking about it. And like you guys have said about being more raw and real, this is me being raw and real. I'm being as brutal as I can to talk about this stuff. This stuff's been holding me back for weeks. I haven't talked about it for the pure reason that I've been scared. And I will admit that. It's a stupid thought in my head. Yes, I know. I should have help before now. I haven't.
Gemma, it's not a stupid thought. You've gone through that with your autism since childhood. Because to be truthful, I wasn't sure on, like when I did Gail's interview, each one is individualized towards a person. And because the healthcare system in the UK is a little different than ours, before I could do any questions, I did research. And I know what it's like to be picked on and laughed at. I mean, growing up, I was told by friends, well, supposedly friends at the time, but I used to be called Four Eyes, and that used to upset me where I cry or get in a fight, so I know what it's like. And just what I've learned from the UK with autism in the medical system over there, you've gone through hell when you were younger with it.
Yep.
So,
this is the thing. I've had to wait until my mid-20s to get any support whatsoever. Like I had to go to my doctors with mental health issues before I even got anywhere near the assessment side of things. I had to go to the doctors with mental health anxiety and psychotic episode in my head because I felt like I had voices in my head. I felt I was being attacked. I wouldn't get washed. I wouldn't get dressed. I would refuse to get out of bed. I was a nightmare for my poor parents. I was. I spent a lot of time abusing my parents. I was rude to them. I swore at them. I threatened to hurt them on many a time, and I didn't mean to do it. I wasn't me at the time. I didn't want to hurt my parents. I would often do things that were just silly, like little things that I'd shove my mum against the wall, or I would just shout abuse at them. And I love my mum and dad dearly. I do. I love them. But at the time, it was like, you're not helping me. You said you're doing this. You said you're doing that. Blah, blah, blah. And I would blame them for mucking up my life. I have. I still do it sometimes. I'm like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you push this? Why didn't you help me? And it wasn't their fault. I have to look back at that and go, oh my God, Gemma, what the hell?
Yes, I've done
It's
this. Like
horrible.
I said, when I done a study, I was amazed to find out what I did about just dealing with autism, on how, like in school, almost 40% of the students have learning disabilities and are found on the autism spectrum and never been diagnosed. And in our interview Friday, I am going to be bringing a lot of it up
Yeah.
so people can understand why you weren't diagnosed until you were an older age. Because people are going by, when they hear it, they're thinking about the medical system here in the United States, and people are not realizing in different places the medical is.
Yeah.
And they need to know, okay, well, in this country, this is behind in here. And I was, surprised on what I found, because autism over there isn't just autism. It goes through Asperger's, PDA. I mean, it has a more wider coverage instead of just on the autism itself over there.
No, exactly.
So,
This is the thing. Like, I'm going to keep a lot of that to Eileen's stream on Friday. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but I want to speak more on the sort of meltdown situation. Like, meltdowns for me have been chronic. Like, Gil has seen me at my worst. I have phoned him up and I've been like, help me, God, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I've sat here and screamed in pain. I've sat here and gone, and I've had voices in my head. I'm thinking, I've been sitting here and thinking about self-harming myself. I admit that I have. I've sat here and been tempted to do stupid stuff to me, and I know that I shouldn't even be thinking of it. I know that people would be disappointed in myself. I haven't done it, but there's been times where I've been wanting to go to my kitchen and get a item of cutlery out and do something to myself, but I haven't. And the thing is, that causes my stress because a lot of emotions in my body right now is the thought in my head is, oh, why don't you go and get a knife and slice yourself, or why don't you go and get a piece of cutlery and do something to relieve the pain? But I don't, because I know it's the voice in my head. I don't do that. I feel like it, because I feel like I have no way out. I feel like I'm stuck and unable to express myself. And that's why I have my sensory toys next to me right now to save me from doing that. I literally have these to stop me doing anything, but I've got to the point recently where I have felt trapped. I haven't even gone out of my flat because I haven't felt well enough. I've cancelled talks that I'm meant to be doing because I mentally can't stand up straight. Every time I get up, I feel like I'm going, whoa. And I can't even go out the door because I think that someone's going to go after me. I think that someone's going to attack me. And that's stupid talk. I know that is, but that's part of my meltdowns. I feel like I'm trapped in my own skin. I feel like I can't get out. I feel like I'm constantly getting this door going, ba-bang, ba-bang at me and trapping me. I feel like I can't. And I still feel like that. I still feel like now I'm trapped. I don't have no way of getting myself out of that funk, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And that's why I've gone online and gone, someone help me, please, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you started on the right foot. You put your best foot forward by coming on here and talking about this today. And I know you've reached out to a couple of friends today. You reached out to me and you reached out to Samantha. And I know you talked to Samantha, which is Faith in the Fallen, for those of you in the chat.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, helping, you know, that helps. Talking to people helps. Getting it out helps. It starts the healing process to get you over that anxiety hump. So, you know, the next step is just staying in contact with your friends, you know, just slowly pulling yourself out, talking about the positive, thinking about the positive, doing positive things for yourself. Sometimes splurging, getting an ice cream or buying a box of Twinkies helps me.
Yes, I've actually got some Twinkies. Hold on. I actually got sent some Twinkies from another YouTuber friend.
You did?
Yes, I got sent some gifts, which I haven't showed yet.
Have you tried any yet? Have you ever tried a Twinkie?
No.
Well, for the love of Mike, you need to try one right now.
Do I? Okay.
Yes, right now.
All right.
My friend the Jamin Show sent me these big box of Twinkies in the mail.
This is the first, ladies and gentlemen. Gemma's going to try a Twinkie.
I'm going to try a Twinkie if I can get them open. Sorry for the noise, guys. I know you might not like it, but I am trying to open the box. Oh my god. Wow, these are huge. What the hell? Okay. We don't get these here, so this is really weird. Like, we don't get these at all. This is a Twinkie, everybody. I got sent these from the Jamin Show. Like, yeah, he sent me this and a few other little things the other day in the mail. So let's try them, shall we? Oh my god. Really? Oh my god. Oh god.
1 to 10, what would you rate it, Gemma?
Wow.
Before you rate it, you need another bite.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. She got a good chunk of cream, that one.
Oh.
Take your time.
Oh my god. What the hell haven't we had these? Oh man, that sucked. Jules, you can get them over here, but I've never seen them. Jules, you have to send me a link because I can't buy them anywhere. Oh god, these are so good. Wow. They're so soft and
creamy.
Oh, wow.
They're so cakey yet greasy, but so delicious all at the same time.
Wow. Wow. That's mega weird to me. Wow. Wow. It feels weird. It's like
spongy.
Wow. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't want my wow. For someone on the spectrum, this is really bizarre.
Now I wish I had a Twinkie to have with you, but I don't have any right now.
Oh, go and get one, brother. You got to join me. I can't eat all this by myself.
Well, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just gonna tip back my coffee while you're eating your Twinkie.
Yeah, this is the first time.
You just made my day, Gemma. You just made me smile, knowing that I was on your panel, and I got to watch you eat a Twinkie for the very first time.
Yeah, age 30, I've never had a Twinkie in my life, and now I'm actually eating one.
Not anymore.
Way to go, Gemma.
Oh, yeah.
This big box that they sent me. So, yeah. And they actually sent me a $2 note as well. I've actually got some American currency right now.
$2 bill.
Yeah.
I sent one of those to Ghost Mafia when I lost.
Yeah, I know you signed it. Yeah,
I signed it for him.
And then they sent me this little gold thing. Don't know what it is.
Was it all the same person that sent that to you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He also sent me a book, and they made me a autism T-shirt as well. So yeah, Jamie Show, if you're lurking, thank you very much. And I am eating the Twinkies.
That is pretty darn cool. Yep, it is Yellow Sponge Heaven, Citizen Z TV.
It's look guys, look at that. Oop, hold on. Yeah.
When you get a three-way split, it's hard to get in the center of the camera.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I have no idea what my senses think of this right now. I'm completely yeah. So that's kind of an experiment in itself. But that's kind of another thing that people don't know about me. I have difficult with my emotions processing things, so that comes with food and taste and smell and stuff. So for me, it's kind of right now trying out. I was like, how am I going to cope with this? I don't know. I don't eat cakes that much, so I was like,
I hate to do it to you, Gemma, because we're on such a roll here, and it's so enjoyable watching you eat a Twinkie. But work calls, I have to actually get on a phone call right now.
Okay.
But I want to tell you I love you. And all these people
I'll
here
catch
love
you
you
later.
too.
Give me a call later, please.
Okay. All right. I get off at 5. I'm going to hopefully be on a live stream with Recycle Dude at 6.
Okay.
But yeah, between 5 and 6, I'm all yours.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Eileen, much love.
Bye.
And this is really interesting. Like people don't really get the emotion side of stuff. So like me eating that Twinkie, it's really strange because I'm having to process again thoughts and feelings and trying to understand what it's like to eat something new because that's completely out of my comfort range. That's not something I usually eat. So again, that's something that people don't really expect of me that much. And yeah, it's autism makes it difficult because I have to constantly process everything, and it's not just one simple, straightforward thing. For the neurotypical person, they go, "Oh, well, it's just a cake," or "I'm just sad," or "I'm just angry." No, with autism, it's everything. There's anger, there's frustration, there's confusion, there's upset, and it's not. I can't just switch that off. I can't just go, "Oh, I'm okay, everything's good." No, because it takes hours and hours for me to get anywhere near calm at all before I go, okay, I'm good, I'm ready to chat, everything's roses and woohoo. No, like I've been private mission Eileen on Twitter. Eileen gets it. Like I can sit here and be fairly calm and collected, but behind the scenes I don't know what I'm doing. I stress because that's the only way I know how to do it. So for me, it's difficult because I don't know when is the appropriate time to be like that. Sometimes I have to be told, Gemma, not now. Like we'll deal with it later. I'm like, but, and I'm going nuts because I don't know how to tone it down. I get really overstimulated, and at that time, I'm like, but help, So it's difficult, and people don't get that. It's a case of I have to learn to process that feeling, let it pass, and then process the next one. So right now I'm in between sort of fairly calm and going, oh, I've just been eating a cake on a live stream. Wow, okay. So it's kind of confusing, but I'm trying to do that so you can see each side of me and what it's like for me to see me eating a different thing and processing a different feeling. Like with Eileen, I'm very open. I can sit here and go, this week has been really difficult. It has. I can sit here and go, so far, I don't feel great. But at the same time, I can then now sit regulate and go, okay, I'm getting better. I'm calming. I'm getting calm. Whereas at the beginning of the stream, I was very like, panic, and I couldn't cope. Whereas now you've seen me get calmer, but at the same time, I still have that anxiety in me, and I'm thinking, and it's like trying to keep calm.
Gemma, I will be right back. I'm not leaving. I just have to step out for a moment.
Okay, Audie, no worries. Don't worry. No worries. Dave, it's called a Twinkie. There you go. Oops, let me put it in the camera so people can see it. There you go. There you go, Dave. It's called a Twinkie. Yeah. Hey Sydney, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey Miss Me, how you doing? Who else is here? Let me just catch. Who else is in here? Jules, Henna, Yasmin's here. Who else is here that I might have missed? MC Coalforge, hey. I think that's everybody. I think.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Looks like you're enjoying that Twinkie.
Yep, it's nearly all gone. I've got one more mouthful left. I'll finish that later after the stream. Then my hot chocolate, I'll dip that in. Lovely.
Whenever, if you're enjoying it, enjoy it on the stream. That's not a problem.
No, it's nice for Gil to actually challenge me to do that because I've never had a Twinkie and he knew I'd had them sent to me. I was like, oh, why haven't I actually even opened them yet? I've had them now for like 4 days and I haven't even had them open. So I've been sitting here waiting to open them. And this is the shirt they made me. This is so cute. They made me a autism love puzzle shirt.
Oh,
they actually drew that themselves, and it's got like the little funky balloons and stuff on it. So yeah, this is from the gaming show. They sent it to me in the mail in a little cardboard box thing. And they also sent me a little book about being special, which really made my day. So I have got that as well. So that's a little. Hey, everything spicy. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Welcome back, Lauren. It's good to see you. But yeah, guys, if you don't know Eileen, you really should connect with Eileen. She's a fascinating channel. She's a fascinating lady on her own right. She has a lot of awareness things on her channel. I have actually just ordered one of her merch as well, so that should be on its way pretty soon over here. So I can then model for it and be like, check out my sister. I'm getting a shirt. So I can't wait to get that because once it's here, I can model it for her. Please check out Eileen's channel, guys. If Eileen types in the chat, then you can see her channel and you can go and check out Eileen's link for yourself. You will not be disappointed. She does a lot of helpful information. She does a lot of helping people and supporting people through difficult situations and decisions, and she's very aware with medical terms. She's even up to date than me, and I think I know quite a lot about mine, but cool boy, she knows more than me. She knows more than me about my own condition most of the time.
Gemma, I've watched my granddaughter suffer through a lot of things with her autism. Now, she's not high functioning like you are.
Yeah.
She's on the worse end of the spectrum, and I've seen how quickly she gets attached to people and how quickly she gets hurt. And like I said, my son has autism along with a couple other things. I think he may have the George, but he's never been tested for that because it's not just autism with him. He was born with kidney problems. And so I see, all different spectrums with the autism. And my youngest daughter does not have it. But when she was born, they thought that she was going to have either autism or something else. So we got tested and they found out no. But like I had said, knowledge is power. So besides knowing a lot of people that have autism and having kids that are disabled myself, mentally, I also love doing the research because the more knowledge you have and the more you understand it, the more you can understand what a person's going through.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I watch your stream, because a lot of the time emotions and meltdowns are not really a subject that gets talked about with autism. And the problem is people think that it's abnormal behavior or wrong behavior. They think, oh, you're just being like a child, you're misbehaving. No, is far different from that. With a child, often it is part temper tantrum, part meltdown, but at the same time, with adults, it's because I have so much sensory input in one day, and I have to process all that from, say, yesterday's feeling rubbish to then today waking up feeling the same thing, and then going, okay, today's been another day of not feeling clever, and all them feelings coming back, and people are like, oh, well, you're not given it a chance. Yeah, I have. I've tried distracting myself. I've tried doing household chores to not feel stupid or unwell. I've tried using my sensory tools to help me. I've tried reaching out to people and going, what the hell am I doing? That doesn't always work at the time. There's always something that will stop you, or especially people with autism like myself, you kind of get to a point where you're like, oh, now what? Can things get any worse? Yes, they can, but at the moment, for me, it's want to get out of that funk. I want to come out and be like, no, I'm not going to let it dictate to me anymore. I'm not going to sit here and feel depressed for the rest of my day. I'm not going to sit here and feel like I want to self-harm myself. And it's horrible because I have to constantly battle my brain and go, no, not today. It's going to stop. Today's going to be better. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I'm going to give up. I'm going to go to the hospital and sit there and be on a heart monitor like I was last time. I don't want to do that because it's a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that you have tools there with you to help you handle all your sensory overload things. So
Yeah.
many people don't have things around them. And, feel free to explain what each one does, so people know,
Yeah.
okay, this is for that, because a lot of people don't know that there are things out there for autism. The only thing they think about with autism is, okay, they're slower than most kids in school, but they don't understand, like you said, all the sensory overloads, and that there's other things that has to help with that overload.
Yeah, so with this is a sensory necklace, and this has different like colours. As you can see, this has different colours and it has different lumps on. So each ball has bigger and softer lumps on it. So if I get stressed, I can roll this in my hand like a fidget, like that. I can roll it in between my fingers. So instead of fidgeting my fingers and making them sore, I can use this to fidget with, or I can wrap it around my hand like this, and I can just play with it. I can fidget with it on my neck. So if it's around my neck, I can use it around my neck to fidget with like that. I can have it round so that I can put it up to my neck, and I can just roll up my neck like this to self-calm myself. It's a good way of getting the stress out. Also, if you don't like things like that near you, you can obviously have bracelets. This is a very thin bracelet. It's very, very stretchy. You can pull it. And also these fidget toys are chewable as well. So for autistic children who like to all seek, or adults, they can chew on them, and they're all government safe, and you can wash them with normal washing up liquid or in a dishwasher. So you have ways of washing them so they don't get all dirty and unhygienic. They come in little pouches as well, so you can zip them away once you're finished with them. Or you can have smaller necklaces like this one. This one's called the ring, and it's basically you can flip it in and out like that. You can put your hands in it. You can squeeze it like that. You can wear it around your neck and fidget with it. It just depends where you feel comfortable with it. And for me, I fidget a lot. So for me, I like to have something to hold on to or wear on my neck. So these always go in my bag. If I'm going out, I pack one with me or two with me. So like today, this has been around my neck all day, and it's been up and down my neck and on and off in my hand to fidget with, and it reduces my sensory aspect to quite a bit. But at the same time, if I'm just getting anxious or I've been anxious for a while, sometimes it could take 2 or 3 of these to get me calm again. So it just depends on where I am in the sensory aspect and how bad my anxiety is, to the fact that I panic. So these are really good items if you get hold of them. Also fidget spinners, that's another thing as well. If you prefer something to spin, you can get
Oh,
fidget
those
spinners
things are
quite cheap as
contagious.
well. So it's just a personal perspective really from what you like to use. But I'm very much, I like to have something bulky to fiddle with. I'm very much a sensory oral seeker. I like to have something to fidget with, so I can go, okay, where's my sensory tool? Here it is. Take it, get it, use it, and then I can sit here and fiddle without being too disruptive. So,
It's good because just with you, just that short time with you, just explaining them and showing them, I noticed how it has actually calmed you down a lot more than what you were just
yeah,
doing it.
yeah. I actually can sit here and fiddle with this for hours. It'll be the amount of times I've dropped these on the floor, or I've had my dinner plate sitting here and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a bit stressed, I'll have this. And often I'm like, oh, sugar. And I've had to go and wash them because I've dropped them in my dinner or in my drink. I'm like, oh, Gemma, that's so silly. And yet they'll be wet or they'll get all mucky. I'm like, what the hell? So I have to go and wash them in the sink and rub all the stuff off. But they're pretty good to get dry again. All you have to do is just wash them in water and they're pretty much good to go again for a few hours. So yeah, there's different ones. I will link the website where you can buy these from, and also Amazon have a good selection as well. So if you do shop on Amazon, there is a lot of good products like this out there. They also have for people who like to grind their teeth and things. They do have some teeth guard ones that you can use to stop your teeth grinding together. Because I do that. I often grind my teeth. I'm like, not
Yeah,
often. You can actually see because where I grind my teeth together, there's actually a gap because I grind my teeth when I'm anxious. It's like, so I've been told not to do it because my teeth are actually getting a big, massive gap in
I
between the
used
top and
to
the
do
bottom.
that growing up all the time. It took me forever. As a matter of fact, that's what destroyed my teeth was grinding my teeth at night so much.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually have a mouth guard now. I have to sleep in because my teeth have got such a gap. It's like I can fit my
yeah,
finger
and then
in
when you
between the
try,
gap of
because
wiping
of
it
it,
like
when
that.
you try, yes, exactly. And then when you try to brush, it cuts up your gums real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through that, and I've gone through. A lot of people don't know. I used to suck my thumb all the way until I got
Yep.
married,
Same. Hold on, that way.
and
Same
then
here.
I had like this overbite, and
Yep.
people
I
don't
used to
realize. Yep, sucking,
suck
and it
mine
was
too.
mainly at nighttime with me that I had to have my thumb in my mouth. It was my security blanket. Between grinding the teeth and that, and people don't realize whether you have a physical or a mental disability, that little things like this, grinding teeth or sucking your thumb, is because you're insecure because you're not being accepted for who or what you are.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's your
I need to take that in a nutshell. It's a case
so
of self-soothing behaviour. That's what people don't get. They don't get that I sit here and I skim and I have to do it because I need to self-regulate myself. And people are like, oh, well, you're just doing it to get away with not getting in trouble, and you're doing it because you want to be a spoilt brat. No, I'm doing it because I need to self-regulate my body because my body feels hot and it's stressed. And instead of being physically ill, if I de-stress and deregulate, I can be fine. I can keep on doing my day. Whereas if I give in to the sickness feeling and go run to the bathroom, that's not succeeding. To me, that's a failure because I've let my body control me. Whereas if I have these
exactly.
and go, no, I'm going to self-regulate myself, that's saving me throwing my guts up in the bathroom. I'd rather
Yeah,
use these than disappearing.
it doesn't matter what people think. If something helps you to de-stress and calm down, that's the better deal. If they can't understand it, then just remember they're the ones that have the problem, not you. You know your body and what you're going through better than anybody else.
Yeah,
And just, I in the private chat, if you look, there is my email. So if you ever need me,
yeah,
Gemma,
I'll
I
do that. I'll write that down. Yeah.
don't care what time it is. I
Okay.
know what you're talking about, watching somebody going through suicide and you're not wanting to hear it. I don't like hearing it, but I don't like seeing anybody suffer either.
No, I get that.
I don't have autism, but I, in a sense, been in your shoes in different aspects
Yeah, I
where
get that.
picked on and everything, where I just wanted to give up. When I lost my late husband, I went through a major depression where I thought back to my childhood and everything else. And, I actually prayed to God to take my life. It's like,
Oh, I'm
why are you
sorry.
making me suffer? Why are you making me stay here? I would seclude myself in my bedroom with the door locked. I have a huge walk-in closet. I would go in the closet in the dark and I would sit there and cry myself to sleep.
Oh, Eileen, I'm sorry. That's bad.
And it wasn't just that I lost him. A lot of the feelings you're going through is what I went through. That's why it says, I don't understand. I understand autism, but I can't say that I totally understand because I don't have it. But a lot of the feelings that you're feeling because of other people, I have been there.
Yeah.
All through my life, I was picked on because I wore glasses since I was 2.
Yep.
So
I've
I
worn glasses
got
on and
called
off.
for I had growing up in high school, my friends that I thought were friends were just laughing at me instead of with me, and so I've been to, where you are emotionally.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I can't see the chat, but I'm just gonna say this to anybody in the chat, unless you can walk a mile in somebody's shoes, don't judge them. If you have questions, ask them.
Yeah.
Don't
Sure. If you have
judge
questions,
them.
ask. Yeah, sure.
If you see Gemma and she seems happy, don't think that's her. She's trying to make friends. And people with autism or any other type of mental disability are going to put on a mask because they're afraid they're not going to be accepted.
Yep, absolutely.
Children
Yeah.
with disability. Take that into consideration when you see her looking all happy-go-lucky. Let
Yep.
her know, or anybody for that matter that has any type of disability, that you accept them for who they are, no matter what. And then you'll be able to see them being true with you, and they'll be able to open up more. Don't go by what your eyes see because they may be putting on an act just so they can feel accepted. They need to feel accepted for who they are, just like
Yeah.
you want to be accepted for who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Eileen's hit it on the head there. Like, I'm not going to go much longer, but you'll find out more about me on Friday with Eileen's interview. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really cool, and we'll discuss more of this stuff. But I just want to reach out and kind of let you guys know where I sit on certain things right now. And I appreciate Eileen giving up her time to be with me and Gil. And this is what the side of autism is. Like, on Friday, you'll see more the other side of me, but whereas today has been a thing of, oh, I need help, I need support, I don't know what to do, I want to go live. And I just thought for the best. Whereas on Friday, you'll see Eileen with questions for me, and I can go, well, this is that, and I can retaliate to her. Whereas on here, this is just an advice thing. This is me seeking out help, going, yeah, I don't feel right, guys. I am still here, but I don't know what to do. So for me, it's a case of just asking for support and advice, and I get that. I get that. And I know I'm very lucky to have that. And yeah, so I'm going to leave everything else to Friday because I think otherwise we won't have anything for Eileen's interview on Friday. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, we have plenty for Friday.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate Eileen giving up her time to be with me and Gil and everyone in the chat. And until Friday, take care, guys, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you for being here,
Bye,
Eileen.
Gemma.
I love
Love
you.
you.
I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Okay, now how to get out?